Hi there, this is episode 427 of Rook. A deal with the Islamic Republic regime means more atrocity. A deal means more of this. That's not a slogan, it's a warning, because in moments like the present, when the noise is loud, when the headlines are frantic, when the president gives a speech, when the pundits opine, when leaders start talking about off-ramps and de-escalation and a deal, it can start to sound reasonable. Responsible even. Let's just get a deal done. Let's calm things down. Let's avoid further conflict. But for Iranians, for those living under this regime, that language carries a very different meaning. A deal does not end this nightmare. A deal delays this. It protects the IRGC, and a deal means more of this. Because what are we actually talking about here? Not a hypothetical regime, not a misunderstood government, not a system capable of reform if only we engage it the right way. We're talking about a regime that, as we speak, is executing the Iranian people in the middle of a war. Just yesterday, an 18-year-old, Amir Hossein Khatami, was put to death. 18. His crime? Being part of a generation that dared to imagine something different. So when we hear talk of a deal again, we have to ask a very simple question. What exactly are we preserving? Because this idea that somehow the regime has already been weakened to the point of irrelevance, but that because certain figures are gone, because certain names are no longer in play, that something resembling regime change has quietly taken place, that's not just wrong, it's dangerous. The Islamic Republic is not a collection of individuals, it's a system. At the heart of that system sits the IRGC. And while it may be on its last legs, it is still armed, still organized, and still deeply embedded in every level of power. And now, perhaps most dangerously, it's cornered. A weakened regime is not a kinder regime. It's often a more brutal one, more paranoid, more desperate, more willing to make examples of its own people, which brings us back to the deal. Because a deal at this moment does not dismantle that system. It relieves it. It gives it oxygen and time and legitimacy. It tells the world stability has been restored, while inside Iran, the same machinery of repression continues. The arrests, the torture, the executions, more of this. Let's be clear, a deal will not stop what's already begun. The movement inside Iran, the courage we've seen from millions of Iranians in the streets, that does not disappear. The desire for freedom does not vanish. Regime change as a force, as an inevitability, is not erased by diplomacy, but it can be delayed. And delay has a cost, measured in months, measured in lives, measured in young people like Amir Hossein Khatami. So when you hear the language in the coming days, when you hear talk of deals and resolutions and stability, understand what is really being proposed. Not an end to suffering, but an extension of it. A deal does not end this. A deal delays this, protects them. A deal means more of this.